Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lolz. We don't have guests too often on here, but we had to bring on my buddy Pat Kerrane. You know him from Ship Chasing, from Stat Chasing, the man who loves Ronald Jones, who now loves Chris Paul and Nikola Jokic and Jason Tatum Cosmics. Pat, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
That's right. Brian, how you guys doing? I brought Pat into the fold of our Top Shot world, and now you two are even in on a Cosmic that I don't have a piece of. I've got massive FOMO.
That was by your choice. We could have used your influence to help us get that purchase going when Top Shot was down last night.
It took a while to get the crypto on the site for just non-influencers like us.
Yeah. Just everyday Joe is just trying to buy a Cosmic.
It's been stressful. I'm still dealing with getting my crypto punk money, moving them around money. I'm sending Brian, daily deposits via Zelle for these Top Shots. I mean, it's just out of hand.
You have a recurring deposit set up?
Yeah. Brian has me on a 12-month plan. I send him $4,000 every Monday, and we'll get whole eventually.
I'm going to have to do a Google spreadsheet just to keep track of all the pieces.
I have one going, and I can't even keep up with my own spreadsheet.
I've still been able to keep up with mine, but partially because I've been limiting myself to like low volume. Not low volume of dollars necessarily, but low volume of moments.
I would say you are not at a low volume of Top Shots.
I would say
Pat.
the same thing. I thought we'd go at least one day after the Tatum Cosmic buy of Brian not sending us a Cosmic to buy. And we did, but we got two from the tops instead.
two from the tops. And I was going to send a Cosmic, but you guys didn't respond to me at all. I'm like, okay, I won't push it.
You're an awful influence because I'm looking at a certain price range, and then you send across a $25,000 moment today. You're like, this is looking pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it is.
It looks kind of like a good deal though, doesn't it? You can't deny it.
It actually does.
And it was Jack who sent the Tatum.
Well, Jack's another bad influence.
So me and Pat were going. We wanted a Jamal Murray. What was it? It was a hollow, right? Hollow.
It was the Jamal Murray hollow, yeah.
Number 2 or 3, it was up there.
I think it was number 3, and it was like at $13.9 or something.
Yeah, it was a really good price. And so I go to click buy or whatever. Oh no, I was putting the money on there. Go to click buy under maintenance. And then it was under maintenance for I don't know how long, like 4 hours. I was on there 3 minutes after the maintenance was up. Click buy, gone.
We got a screenshot that showed the buy had happened before the maintenance.
Yeah, the buy happened.
And so you had 4 hours of thinking you had a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hours. I thought it was a good thing first. I'm like, okay, well, the money will get on there by the time the maintenance is up, and then no one's looking at this thing.
Yeah. That's like the time my parents as kids, my brother and I really wanted a dog, and we thought there was a real chance they were going to get us dogs. And my parents legit bought giant stuffed animals from Costco that were these Doberman pinchers, and they put them underneath the Christmas tree on Christmas morning. I come downstairs and I see a very lifelike looking dog, and it was not a dog. I had been teased by my own parents, and they gave me a stuffed animal. And I think that's a lot like what your Top Shot experience was like.
My parents did that with a car.
Oh,
you get the toy car.
They give the toy car to the tree, and you're like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, that's brutal. This is a good question, though. I mean, Pat, the foremost Ronald Jones truther. Pat, if let's say Cosmic 1 out of 49 mints, let's say that 99-yard touchdown run from this year. I mean, what's the price?
I don't want to. I don't even want to talk about it. It's like one of the things that I've discovered about myself is that I can sort of say, yeah, I'll be rational but I'll chase the shit out of that, and I'm gonna get the number 27 of that, and I just hope they don't min it. To be honest.
Isn't that the funny thing? Like through this kind of bull run the past week, I've been like pretty measured. I haven't been FOMOing anything. I feel like I want to wait for something to shake things up for a pullback. And then we got Damian Lee on the podcast, and I immediately just go spend almost $1,000 on one of his moments. Like just the most impulsive, emotional buy where it's like, I'm doing good. Nope. Emotions take over. Can't help.
It's wild. And like, I would have thought that with this whole NBA Top Shot thing, not knowing a lot about basketball would be a pretty big handicap. It is in a certain way in that, like, I'm very easy to influence, like on this buy that we did for Tatum, like Brian's saying, we wanted the Murray. We were like kind of going back and forth on a bunch of other stuff. And then like Jack just popped in and was like, Jason Tatum is the nut buy Cosmic. And we were like, oh, really? Okay, cool. That's what we want.
It took like 15 minutes. Come on.
It's true.
Like, that's a little expensive. And then 15 minutes later, like, that is looking pretty tasty. Does anyone want in on it?
I think we are all like bad influences on each other.
This is what I wanted to say before the show.
Yeah.
I think here's the good aspect of it, of doing it with people. I think the toughest part of all this new DeFi, Bitcoin, and everything is like, when the hell do you sell? So like, at least when you have other people, like you could be like, all right, one of the guys in the group wants to sell. You could like, there could be some sort of consensus maybe. Like I find all that is because otherwise I'm just going to sit on it. And then this whole, who knows what'll happen. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea when to sell it. No idea when to take profits or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like a concern for me, considering we are all observing the market on like a minute by minute basis right now. I feel like we're gonna have a pretty good grasp on how things are going.
Yeah, but that's not to sell. There's been no sign of selling yet.
Oh, that's because we're all gonna die with
moment
these
today.
Did you?
Oh yeah. Tell them about your big sell, Pat.
Yeah, I had a James Harden run it back, number 69,
Nice.
And it had been very stagnant for a long time. And I priced it several times. I had one point, I think I had it around like 1.5K, 2K. And then I was like, what am I doing? I priced it at 69.69. Just fun. And then it sold today at 69.69.
What were the comparable prices of non-meme cereals around it?
It had actually, so it basically, the price came up to where it made sense as a buy. Like it basically sold at a level that where the low ask was like 5,900. And it's run it back. So what is that? It goes into the hundreds. So to get a 2-digit going to 69.69, you're paying like 1,000 more. I think it probably made sense. Yeah. It wasn't, they didn't do it for the meme.
Well, I had two meme numbers that I had gotten from just like Series 2 base packs. I had one of the originals, my Joel Embiid number 69. So I had listed that for 690 and it had sat on the site for 3 weeks. Finally went a couple days ago. And then I also had a Tyler Hero 3333 and it was a 3-pointer. And I sold that for $333. I probably should have just kept that one. Now that I think about it, like I'm looking at my Dapper balance and I'm like, I'd rather just have that card than $333. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I had a Kira Lewis listed and some like lower stuff where I was just like, if this goes to like $2,000, I'm going to feel, really dumb if I sell it for like $200 or whatever.
I mean, I think that's, if you've been in Top Shot for, let's say like more than 2 weeks or just at least 2 weeks, you have both felt like the biggest genius and the biggest idiot in the world, like at one point or another.
Yeah. I bought 2 Cam Reddish with the steals, one for 320, which is a 3-digit, and a 2-digit for like 450. and those were like fairly deep underwater after I bought them. And then I basically sold out for like slight profits on what I had bought for. And I'm sure now they're like probably like almost 2K. I can check.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. So you just, to your point, like I thought I was like, this is a dumb series. No one likes with this deal. I should have bought something else. They're now $9.75. So I would have tripled up on the one.
I only listed one, and that's because Pete twisted my arm live on stream to list Tobias Harris, and it didn't sell. And then when things started getting crazy, whatever, a couple days ago, I took it down. So I haven't sold that. I haven't sold anything.
What was the one? Was it the Cool Cat?
Yeah, the Cool Cat.
Okay. Are you completing the challenge?
No.
Okay.
Are you completing the challenge, Pete?
So I really want to. Like, I think. Why did you say, oh no?
This is why he said, I got my money tied up. Sorry, I can't get in on the Tatum because he wants that Cool Cat challenge.
Oh, that's what it is. You're right.
No, here's the thing. This is
it's very liquid because it's all in Cool Cats.
Hey God, this is the strategy, guys. The strategy is hoping for a massive market correction, and I can buy a LeBron. And if that doesn't work, completing the Cool Cats challenge is my fallback. those are my only two options right now.
Do you guys think if they let's say, I don't know, 4 months from now, they have a release like 100,000 set instead of these 15s, does that help or hurt?
Help or hurt
what? Or something?
I think it hurts like us, like people who have a fair amount invested. Like, yeah, I think it hurts you. Because now there's somewhere else to go play. There's like an actual pool.
I was thinking it would help us because it's then that will become the intermediary or the introductory price. Like now a whole bunch of people who only spend dollars can get into that one. And just, more people interested in it.
Yeah, see, my thought, and I feel like even today, when we've seen some mini pullbacks in the market, all the stuff that I look at right now are the Series 1 base moments for good players. Like those are the guys I have a laser focus on, and their prices have not budged. They have not budged at all. And people were like, holy cow, the market's correcting. And those were all the series. Up today. Yeah. Oh, some of the Series 1 studs. Yeah.
Yeah. Like while people were saying the market was crashing, I was like, not for the shit I want.
Right. And so I think it makes logical sense of you come in the market, you buy the Series 2 commons. They're the most affordable entry point. You poke around on some of what I've been calling the gimmicky series. You mentioned the for the strip or whatever for the win. Who knows? People go to that, and then eventually they kind of realize like, oh man, I want to ladder up and I want to get to a Series 1 base movement. So I can't even talk today. Moment. And I just worry that those aren't. Like we might be seeing the floor at those at all times. Like, I don't know if they're going to drop below that.
Maybe. Yeah.
The S1 stuff, you mean?
Yeah. The S1. I hope I'm wrong.
I don't think a tier where people can spend a couple bucks is going to hurt us. That's my guess. Maybe. And it's different than the 80s baseball.
You guys are?
Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear it?
I know. I thought Pat lost connection. I don't think like them making more series with a whole bunch of cards is going to hurt. I think it's just going to help.
Yeah. Are we all back on? Can you guys hear me?
We've been able to hear you this whole time.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
You've been fine.
It keeps like wheeling on your screen, so I didn't realize. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I guess my concern with it would be like the dynamic now is that there are these pack drops that are really exciting, that are actually the pack drops now are going well from a logistical standpoint. You're able to get in line. It's fair. You're signing up for a lottery. You're probably not getting a pack. It's really exciting if you do get a pack. People are posting screenshots now of just opening packs. So it's generating excitement. And then when you don't get a pack, except you can't do this right now because they're still in maintenance, but you go to the marketplace. So, and then I think like with a bunch of new packs, there might just be like, you can kind of like get that itch scratched through the packs a little bit more.
I was talking about this, Pat. You were in the Discord earlier when we were talking about it too, where there's these competing narratives of people being like, a lot of people are getting turned off. It's their first time on the site, and there's 80,000 people going after 5,000 packs. They're not getting them. They're going to lose people, blah, blah, blah. And to me, my point is like, I think it's this double-edged sword where people want to have their cake and eat it too. They want their account values to continue rising, and they want, when they open a pack, to be able to like flip these for a 10x or even more. And it's like, that's all good and well, but the flip side of that is it's very hard to get a pack. And if it's really easy to get a pack, those moments you're opening aren't worth that much. They're probably worth the cost of the pack. So it's like, what do you or less? What do you want? Do you want the moments in your pack to be worth a shit ton? Or do you just want to be able to rip packs whenever you want, even though what you're getting isn't actually going to be that valuable? And I think people aren't realizing that dichotomy when they're like, they're turning people away. It's like, well, you're just upset because you want to 10x your pack. And when it's easy for you to get a pack, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see where that goes. I don't think the top end stuff is going to really be super affected by that just yet. Like, me and Pat were talking on Discord. Like, I could see like the pro players wanting a CP3. You know what I mean? Like the young guys.
Yeah.
And they'll pay $100,000 for it. That is something. And Pete, we were talking about getting some of the art NFTs. I think that's kind of a sharp move because, like, how many? Like, let's say you want to moon something, right? Like, you want $500,000 or something. You want to get totally lucky and sell something for $500,000 eventually. Like, how many buyers are there out there for like that huge moonshot? I mean, there's a decent amount, but I think you're kind of stuck with a certain pool of buyers where, like, the art pool is a whole different subset, of the culture that is used to paying a ton of money for art. So, like, I don't know shit about baseball cards or Top Shots, but I don't know anything about art either, but I don't think it really matters. I could also see this going in like the direction of like some like ETFs or something where like somebody's like buying and selling a whole bunch of these as like a manager of a fund, and you just buy into his fund. I think that could be something that where this goes. I think there's a lot of cool things that could happen outside of just like the baseball card comparisons.
Yeah.
Where it could get huge.
And I do think that is important to think about. And I was actually talking with Pat about this earlier today, this idea, like, if you want to poke holes in Top Shot, like, being the establishment for years and years to come, like, I think you can do that. I think it's a very, very hard case to poke holes in NFTs going anywhere. And right now, the brilliance of Top Shot, not only is it a mass, or a product with mass market appeal, but they've made the on-ramp for non-crypto users so easy through the Dapper app and credit card. And once some of these other NFTs, I just bought art on Nifty Gateway tonight, and they have the credit card thing, and their pack drops or, art drops have been selling out because they have that. So I think once the on-ramps get good and people are less intimidated by, like, okay, I want to buy this thing and I have to get my crypto and I have to send it to my MetaMask and then I have to do this, like, blah, blah, blah. Once those barriers of entries are leveled, I do think it's an interesting conversation to be like, are people going to start looking elsewhere? Do I really want to buy a Bruno Fernando Series 2 Commons when there's this really sick piece of artwork over here that I could go get? And so that's the interesting thing to me with how this ultimately fits within the NFT landscape.
I think there's less overlap there, and I would be more concerned about an NFL Top Shot.
Me too.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about too. Obviously, the other sports, yeah.
But I completely agree. I mean, I think what Top Shot's done is, their website. It's not like you're going to some kind of crypto world. You're going to a website, you're buying this thing. The thing is backed by the blockchain. You need like a 40-second explanation of like, here's why this matters that it's on the blockchain, and then it helps you that it's on the blockchain, and then you say it's stupid and that it's just the dumbest thing you ever heard, and then you go on the site and then your friend sends you one, and then you buy like more than you ever thought possible. Okay, so that's how Top Shot works. But I also think that it's like not a crypto culture exactly. Like, for example, no one's talking about like putting these in cold storage and stuff, and how we can't trust a third party.
No one's
like,
talked about security.
I set up two-factor identification.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but did you guys?
We're talking.
Did I lose you guys?
That's a really good point. That none
I
of the
think I cut out, but
the cyberpunks are so they must not have aped in yet. A lot of those old school cyberpunk guys.
Right, because we're talking to Andy on Club Top Shot, all these things of like having a separate address for holding your crypto punks and all this stuff. I have not heard one person being like, I hope someone doesn't log in and steal my Cosmic.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's another thing that could come out of this is wallets, right? Your NFT wallets. If that, I guarantee someone's going to build that functionality be out of here. But for art, Pat, you could have like an auction house or like one of those legacy art stores. Get involved somehow, and then that'll give it that same credibility. And with an artist is a little different too. Like, I think this makes so much sense for artists because they could have a lot more control over their product and stuff like that. And so like they're gonna have to kind of put it on one of those weird crypto marketplaces anyways, because they're just an individual. Maybe even music could start getting into this. Yeah, I think it's kind of like Bitcoin for me, where like the more you think about it, the more layers there are, and like the cool things they could do with it. The only difference is when I first thought about Bitcoin, I was just like, oh, that's cool. Then I forgot about it for like 2 years. When I first saw this, I was like, I wasn't totally negative on it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $35,000
today.
Yeah. So I actually am curious, Brian, how did you go from I don't want to spend this to spamming us with Cosmic links every 12 hours?
Because it's just like free money right now. Like we can sell our stuff right now for a solid profit.
We could. Yes.
And we just bought it all like 3 days ago.
All of that is true.
The only thing more profitable is meme stocks, and everyone knows that.
But I'm actually curious though, because if that's your thesis, I feel like you would be pushing us to flip more. It seems like, but you might be open to a more longer term horizon on it.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that kind of unreasonable? Like a month from now is not flipping it.
Yeah, that's true.
What's a flip? True. You're in this crazy NFT world. A flip is like 40 seconds. Okay. If you sold this within 6 months, I would consider that in the real world a flip. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So in Top Shot time, like holding for a month is like a 10-year time horizon.
You just paid off a 30-year mortgage on your house.
Can we talk about Top Shot time? Like I've never done something that's distorted my perception of time. Like
it's
Top
crazy.
Shot.
Yeah.
In like a bad way. Like I'm having the time of my life, but my attention, my productivity, and I keep trying to like set up guardrails, and it's just, there's always something to check. There's 19 group chats talking about it. You're checking the 4 different account valuation sites. You're refreshing your bookmarks on the moments you're watching. You're checking Twitter. You're checking Discord. And it's just like every time I get caught up in this loop where I'm like, I'm going to do this one thing. Oh, there's this notification. And then it sets me off on that cycle of going through all of those different things I love to check. Like the dopamine levels are coming so fast right now. My brain is short circuiting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was checking Jason Tatum's stat line.
Exactly.
The things that you can check keep getting better too. Like, the tools, the evaluate and the moments ranks and all that stuff. You're just like, and everything's going up. So you just want to keep checking it.
Yeah. It's really nuts.
My YouTube chat, who's the first whale to get their account hacked? I think the only way that you can get hacked right now is Top Shot would have to get hacked, right?
I agree. Unless because don't you have to have 2-factor authentication?
No, you don't have to have 2-factor.
No, I turned it on after we bought our Jokic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't I have someone else involved then. Now I have to do the 2-factor.
Yeah.
Well, I signed up for like Moments Rank wants you to sign up for, you can like track your account and then they want your email. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, but I go in through Google. So if you have my email, like now
You're
all you
that
have to
much closer.
yeah. So then I was like, I better turn on 2-factor before this ends in a lot of
Yeah.
tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your account's way too big not to do it. It's annoying, but you just got to do it.
Please
Yeah.
take care of our LeBron dunk, Pat.
Yeah. Once you have a Kobe tribute.
I have someone trying to log into my Yahoo DFS like once a week.
Seriously? Just shooting their shot, just like this is the time I take my guess.
They
at
probably
Brian's
see me
password.
drinking on stream. They're like, one of these days he's just gonna get hammered and go, yeah, that's me. I'm in Pakistan again.
God. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So some of the ones, like we have gone in on a few different ones, and Jack went in on the CP3 with us. The four of us have that cosmic, and then I sat it out when you guys went for the Tatum, partly just because I didn't want to deal with the rigmarole of having to find more money to send. But otherwise, if I would have been more liquid and my money wasn't trapped in Dapper, I would have joined you guys for the Tatum ride. That it's the handles one, right? But it's like
handles,
a game 3. It's a sick moment.
It's a pretty cool moment. Yeah. I want, here's my top shot strategy developed over hours of effort is, so like you want the players for me is you just want the like young studs, which there's not as many, the Hall of Famers.
Yep.
I think Pat has the same kind of strategy. And the other guys who I would want, and I haven't done this yet, are like good, solid players on garbage teams and then flip them, because I think people overvalue them. Like, there's just tons of NBA players who aren't good, but once they get on a garbage team, they get all this usage and put up monster numbers. And then people are like, oh, look, this guy's a 27-5 guy. He's a stud. And you could probably, if you find a good deal, flip it at the end of the year. But like all the other guys, I don't really even want.
Right. That's how I went from just spraying and praying, clicking anything to becoming like the biggest snob on like rookies, the guys that I wanted.
Of course, like a few shots of rookies. Yeah, but like that's everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's strategy. Yeah, Jeremy Grant in your chat, Pete, he's kind of an yeah. I could see him he's having a pretty solid season, but he's not any good. I mean, there's tons of them. If I just go through the teams.
The way I kind of look at it, because I don't know that much about basketball, but I'm sort of like, you see where guys that like whose names I do recognize, like even like a Dwight Howard or something, there's not like, and Dwight Howard used to be really good, but there's not a ton of people kind of clamoring to make sure they've got some exposure to him, you know, as this kind of former great. So guys who are probably going to end up having like worse careers than Dwight Howard don't seem like great buys. You know, you want to make sure you're going to have like someone who's actually a young stud, and then there's going to be increasing hype on them.
Right. In Pat, so for those of you guys who don't know, I know Pat from doing all of our fantasy football stuff. Pat is one of the top dynasty analysts too. And like, I feel like there's a very similar thing playing out here where you play in dynasty leagues, the rookies and the young studs. That's all anyone wants. You can get those guys for a king's ransom if you're trying to move them. You know, the Odell Beckham in his prime. I mean, he was fetching 4 first-round draft picks. Like, that's what people want. The Ja Morants, the Zions, the young guys that are going to be studs. And then there's these undervalued guys. The Larry Fitzgerald is kind of like the CP3, right?
Yeah.
Where he's just got a locked-in Hall of Fame career. People want to write him off 6 years before he's done playing, and he just keeps playing and playing, and also is going to go down as one of the greatest wide receivers to play the game. And I feel like capitalizing on the frenzy, the recency bias, the youth chasing is one of the more exploitable things on Top Shot right now.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody's saying here Grant is good. Like, somebody might be good at basketball too. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about like fantasy stats and what people want. I think CP3 is a little better than Larry Fitz, but I get your point. I get what you're saying. Here's another thing with Pat. We were talking about Dwight Howard, and Derrick Rose is kind of in that category.
Yeah.
Like, if he didn't have that knee injury, and like I was thinking about like regions, Chicago, Boston. It's another good reason why we have a Tatum. Like some of those guys just want their guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The Patriots type of thing. Yankees guys still always go for a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like this is their rookie card, basically, right? It's Dwight Howard's rookie card. We're not going back in time.
Yeah.
It's a Hall of Famer. So
I think too, and Pat and I have talked about this idea of just having like a slightly longer viewpoint outlook than the rest of the people here. And when you talk about the Derrick Rose, the Dwight Howards, they're not the sexiest names now, but history is going to look fondly on them in retrospect at their careers. Like right now, they're the like aging guys out of league. Like even a Rajon Rondo, I think would fall into that bucket. And so if you are just like, these are guys I want to hold for a few years. So when we look back on their career and you're like, wow, that's an impressive resume, I think you're going to ultimately end up doing well. And we were also talking about that in context of some of the bubble moments, which right now, my initial fear was like, okay, we're going to have more playoff moments. Those aren't going to be as special. But then I realized with a couple more regular playoffs moments set, people are going to look back and be like, oh my God, the aesthetics and what that time represented as like a microcosm of America going through a global pandemic is going to look really fucking cool.
And it's series one. It checks a lot of boxes. Yeah.
I thought the same thing. And Pete, I feel like we're getting into dupe strategy territory and we're giving away all of our strategies for Top Shots. But here's another thing with NBA. It's only 3 years for Hall of Fame qualification. Now, I think baseball's 5. So if Howard retires this year, you only got to wait 3 years till he gets in. If CP3 hopefully retires.
and you just said something that I haven't heard anyone say this, but everyone's, all the rage, first moment tag, first game tag, all this stuff. What about a Hall of Fame tag?
Oh man.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, that would be like, if you were going to search and you're like, I want to find this up, like the Hall of Fame tag. And obviously you're going to, because they only have a lot of current stuff, it'll be probably more reserved to run it back and some of these guys, but a Hall of Fame tag would be huge.
And like these guys, I don't want to name any names really, but like the Pistons, the Cavs, the Wizards, Magic, Hawks, the Timberwolves, the Kings, like you could put up points if you get the usage on these garbage teams, and they could look really bad in 3 years from now.
I have a lot of Karl Anthony Towns, so let's.
Yeah, the problem is like they seem so good right now, like Trae Young and everything. But like if you put, I don't know, like Bradley Beal on a good team, he's not scoring 32 points a game, right? And so like if your guy gets traded, like Kevin Love back in the day, right? 25, 14 boards with the Timber Puffs, and then he gets traded to LeBron, and he's had an okay year, but nowhere near the numbers. And then he's done. He was, these like offensive mediocre guys on garbage teams could really rack it up. So like I think there's some risk there with like Trae Young and it depends on what you're paying for too. Like if you're paying $50 for like a Cole Anthony on the Magic, yeah, like what that's of course you take those risks. But now Trae Young's going for 80 grand cosmics or whatever. You know what I mean? If Trae Young gets traded to whatever, let's say the Warriors or whatever, a good team. Well, guess what? He's the 4th option now. You know what I mean? He might be coming off the bat. It can happen quick.
And
like
that's
Tyrese Halliburton right now, he looks like a stud, maybe take over Darren Fox's spot, but like they're hot garbage. He's gonna get 20 shots. On a real team, he's not. He's still a rookie, he's still probably fairly cheap, but that's the kind of things I'm thinking with those type of guys. And those are the higher end. Like Pat was kind of talking about like Bam from the Heat. I kind of put him in there. The Heat are good, obviously, but like I don't think he has like the ceiling of some of these other guys. Like they're a little different though, because the card you wanted is like clearly underpriced compared to all the other ones. But like that's the kind of guy I would kind of want to like be more flipping.
And I think too, again, we're talking about like we have the thing that makes it so fun, right? Is there's so many levels. There's just like how good is the player, and then you have the game within the game about like the series, the scarcity of it, and then you have the moment specific stuff. And I forget, I've listened to so much content, done so much. I don't know who was saying it, but like ultimately, like how cool the moment is, like that is going to be a bigger thing as we get more moments. Of like literally just like, is this a cool block? Like I watched the Zion block, the series one base, and like I just want to like rip my shirt off. It's so cool as he volleyball spikes that out
and
of
then
the
like
stadium.
floats back down. Like
Yeah.
the gravity is not working on him normally.
And so I guess the point I'm trying to make is if you're buying, say, like a fringe guy or like fringe based on like, okay, Hall of Famer, or fringe based on it's not as scarce or a sought after a set, make sure that the actual moment itself or the narrative of that moment is really, really strong, because eventually you're going to need something to hang your hat on when there's thousands and thousands of moments on the site.
Well, like, you know, to the Kevin Love analogy, he's got a legendary right now that's listed at $5,000, 5,250. Derrick Rose has one at just over 10 grand.
Just giving it away.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm actually not saying these are necessarily buys. Like my point is like, because Derrick Rose won MVP, you know, and then his career tanks, and so like, yeah, but like, I don't know that much about Trae Young, but I know he hasn't won an MVP. Like, you know, these guys, they could actually win the MVP, and then things could go wrong from there. And the view of them is not going to necessarily be that rosy down the line. So you need like an extreme level of talent to kind of break through into the tier that we're looking for.
And they're kind of pushing back at me on chat. Like obviously Trae Young's doing really well. He's a good player. I'm not saying I would love to have a Trae Young, but like how much are his cosmics going for? 80 grand or something like that? It's just like you know, an EV thing. Like if Trae Young gets traded to a team that's good, that could totally ruin his value. And like
or,
you said, like
or couldn't you could play the devil's advocate on that take would be, well, what if they win a championship?
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Would you rather be the stud on a bad team or the third best player on a team that wins a championship?
I would definitely rather be the stud, I think, for money wise. Like, so Dwight Howard won a championship last year, right? No one gives a shit about that. But like his Hall of Fame career, that counts.
Yeah. I guess it sort of depends like how good the player is when they win the title.
Yeah, I think it's
because you're going to get that finals moment.
Does anyone care that Kenny the Jet Smith won 2 championships with the Rockets, or do they want Barkley?
You want to know why I don't care? Because neither of them have moments on the site, so I can't really tell you.
As soon as they make a deal with TNT, they're going to get one.
What do you think about like? So one thing that I've looked at with this Run It Back series, you know, I'll be like, Paul Pierce has pretty good price here, and but it's a Brooklyn Nets moment.
Right.
You guys lose me? Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like it's a Brooklyn Nets moment, and who wants a Brooklyn Nets Paul Pierce? Who wants a Brooklyn Nets Kevin Garnett? No one wants that. Like the Boston guys would want that. Would want a Boston Garnett, and a Minnesota Garnett would be really cool too. But no one wants a Brooklyn Nets Garnett. And certainly not a Brooklyn Nets Paul Pierce.
No, the whole concept of Run It Back is for the nostalgia of how most people remember these players. Even I was like, I got a Chauncey Billups Run It Back, was one of the first ones I bought just because I have like a little connection. My cousin played against him. He was a Denver Nuggets guy, but his Run It Back. Now this is where I'm really exposing myself. I think it's not even his. Maybe it's Pistons. Whatever. It's not the nostalgia one that I wanted. Basically, but I get the point you're going for there.
That is a problem with our other thesis though, Matt, with Howard and especially Derrick Rose. Like Derrick Rose he's not in the Bulls jersey. He's got dreadlocks now. He didn't have that on the Bulls. You know, I don't know if that matters, but I got a super chat here. That this is for Pete, really, or maybe Pat. I don't really know. Matt wants to know thoughts on the challenges. Are they worth it? I'm not doing them, so I don't think so. But Pete would, because I don't know the marketplace as well as these guys do.
They seem extremely plus EV to me as someone who hasn't done them and then regretted it immensely.
Yeah, I'm really torn on it. Obviously not going for the first Cool Cats challenge looks disastrous in hindsight. I mean, the Luca like at 7,000. However, it's what I'm having a hard time is untangling it from the overall market bull run versus like the value of the Master Challenge itself. Because initially what was propping that up was the announcement for the LaMelo Master Challenge, having to hold all of those cards for this longer duration of time. That conceptually made sense to me. And then everything went parabolic, and I haven't been able to untangle those two in my head yet.
Yeah, I guess if there was like, I mean, I don't know exactly how this dynamic is working, but there's like challenges that everyone knows about and are chasing. And then there's sort of like challenges that no one talks about. Like there's the Hollow Challenge. And I guess it's just because it's really expensive. But you're not really hearing that much about the Hollow Challenge. It's a Cool Cats Challenge. The gift, I guess, is kind of under the radar, but all those moments are up a ton from where they were. So to me, if you can complete the challenge somewhat affordably, it sort of, I think it probably makes a lot of sense. I know Osimo bought like a ton of Cool Cats. Yeah. So he clearly sees the, maybe not even going, like stopping at going for the challenge might also be leaving money on the table. Maybe you go for the challenge and then you just keep buying those moments because you know other people are going to chase the challenge.
Brian, I actually wanted to ask you that because I was listening to Osimo went on the Own the Moment podcast, and I think Justin was asking him if he had his analytical brain had kicked in and started making any spreadsheets or any other ways to kind of quantify what's going on in the marketplace. And he was kind of like, honestly, I've just been going off my gut so far. And I know how you approach DFS, very analytical. You like building your own models to make an advantage. Have you even thought about trying to put any of this down in a spreadsheet yet? Or are you still shooting from the hip?
Run some sims.
Shooting from the hip. Even though I started my algo bit when we first started talking about this, we should build an algo and an algo bot and have that baby running and humming, getting us packs. Yeah, I don't know. You probably, if you're gonna grind it, you could probably do something. But I'm not gonna grind it and go, oh, I need this card for $75 because I could sell it for $95, and then you just keep. But I bet people are gonna make a decent. You could probably make a living off of that right now.
Well, moment ranks, you can type in your account, and it can tell you based on whatever algorithm they have, what your moments are worth with the serial number included. I imagine they can use that exact same stuff to just look at the marketplace as well.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like you're doing do thousands of them. So like automate the whole thing, so you could just someone lists something, you pull that in on an API or something, and just immediately price it, buy it, relist it, price it, buy it, relist it.
Because you would need some kind of automated tool to do that. Because right now, I do think it is an advantage if you aren't having a way to automate this, to have a smaller collection, because it's easier to be more nimble with removing stuff. Like I had a few things get picked off. I was literally going to delist an Alex Caruso Series 1 moment, and it sold as I was removing it. Like
I had that happen too.
And it's hard when you have a decent amount and then you're like, holy cow, the market's running. I want to pull this. Like the way just the Dapper interface works, I mean, it can be slow to go through all those.
Yeah.
You could definitely come up with something. How much you could make off that, and is it worth your time? And I'm too damn busy sending you guys cosmics to
No, everyone's saying like the pickle. I don't know. Maybe that's what Brian is actually describing. I'm more thinking about a tool on the back end where you would still have to manually go make the buys yourself, but just to identify relative to, like, let's say you took a spread of the 10 closest cereals on either side of it, and you took like the average of that and then found the biggest disparities on the marketplace relative to the spread of 20 cereals around it. and you just identified those as the most undervalued.
I think whoever built Moment Ranks is doing that with their own site behind the scene, because it's like, it's the exact same thing, except you just need to add for sale and how much for sale, whatever the listing price is. And then you could, you can just sort.
Guys, stop calling me Pickle. If anyone's going to be Pickle here, it's Brian. I am not turning into Pickle. You want to see my spreadsheets? You don't have to worry about me turning into Pickle.
I don't think I'm not sure. I'm not totally following the Pickle bit, but I don't think there's anything wrong with making a bot for like buying and selling. I think there's something wrong if they had some sort of pack drop bot or something like that. I think's wrong. But just to save you time from listing and delisting stuff, like who gives a shit? I don't think that's like immoral.
No, I think the people's disdain for Pickle would be, say someone misprices something, 1 million people are trying to click it to get it. They all get to the Dapper screen and it all fails. And it's the Pickle bot that got to it first because
there's bots out there.
There was the Pickle bot, although Roham is on the record of saying they shut it down. I haven't heard if Pickle's still rolling.
Well, I mean, if they don't want bots, then obviously then don't do it. But yeah, just thinking out loud.
Yeah,
that's true. People could mistype and stuff, but I don't know, whatever.
See, this is more the kind of thing I'm talking about that Corey's talking about here. You can set notifications on Coinbase when a coin fluctuates by a percentage. Yes. We just need to do something for specific moments. That's what I'd want.
Yeah, because you're kind of doing that by hand. You're going in, you're looking through. It just saves you a ton of time. Everyone's
going to start calling you Brickle now.
I don't know. That guy seems pretty sharp to me.
Big Dick Brickle. Yeah, that's geez. That's honestly
Eric Johnson in my chat says, is there any way to get free Top Shots? And yeah, you just be a rich influencer like Peter Overzet and just ask people for your Fred Van Vliet's, and you just end up with a bunch of freebies
and free packs.
Look, I used my powers for good. Last club Top Shot. I asked Jacob if I could give a pack away on the stream, and yeah, he airdropped one in my account to give to the people. So I'm using my powers to give back to everyone. And I will just do a plug. We haven't announced the shows yet, but the club is going up tomorrow night and Friday night with some very cool guests. So it is going to be a very long week for me. I'm going to get nothing done. I'm going to be drunk. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be hungover, but we're going to have fun. So yeah. Brian, but you've been sitting on packs here, Brian. I mean, Pat and I do have to run to ship chasing in a little bit, but I do think we should open one or two of your packs.
Okay. Let's open a pack.
Beautiful. I didn't know we were getting packs tonight.
Win packs. Win packs. Did either of you guys have luck with the?
Not at all. No.
Yeah, no.
If the price wouldn't go up like 100x, I'd feel comfortable just giving them away. But I don't know. I could feel like tomorrow it's 10 grand, 20 grand you just gave away.
Hang on.
You don't want to be Andy.
Let's do something like this, Brian. We'll do one of your base packs. And I mean, I don't want to put in do you want to you could give away a moment to someone we could do something for like the chat and to follow you on Twitter for a specific moment. We could say like moment number 2. I don't know. What are you thinking?
All right. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Moment number 2. Oh, God.
What packs do you want to open up?
Dude, this is your packs. I mean, all my packs that I personally got, I mean, I flipped those within seconds, $100 LeBrons that are now going for $1,300.
Here. And what do I got to do to get the audio? Because you want the audio, don't you?
I mean, come on, dude. Honestly, well, so my favorite audio in the world is the Cool Cats music, but for a giveaway, but we got to make this clear, Brian. What's the action item for the people?
Well, that's why I want to open it up so we can take a look, but I don't know how to share my screen with the audio.
Come on, Brian. You're supposed to be a StreamYard pro at this point.
I feel like I could do this just based on watching Club Top Shot.
I've given the instructions out so many times.
You gave them to everyone. You gave it to Damian Lee.
I know.
You want to open a base pack?
Yeah, we're going to open a base pack.
Yeah. Which release, though?
Does it matter?
Well, I just saw there, like in the latest release, there was a Steph Curry #1 was in the release today. So I don't know. It probably doesn't matter.
Not that one. I actually like Steph Curry.
I think it was the 20th, not the 19th.
Well, that's what I was joking with Leone because I hopped on with him and he did a base pack giveaway the other day. And I was saying it'd be funny if people start doing the giveaways, but it's like NBA draft picks where it's a protected draft pick. You know, if it's a top 3 serial or like a top 5 Hall of Fame probability that it's like, no, I get to keep that.
Yeah. Because they're all worth like $80 or something, right?
They're pretty valuable right now. And that's why I'm not forcing we can just rip a pack that you hodl.
Like, I don't want to give away one that's like 30 grand or something.
Well, I don't know if there's gonna be a 30 grand in here, but
what the base set 2, what's the most expensive one there? I never look at those.
I don't know.
The LeBron probably, or the LaMelo.
You just need to decide what you want to do, Brian, because the people, they're getting teased right now.
Okay. We'll give away the third one. How about that?
The third moment in this base pack.
Yeah.
And before you rip it, how are we going to give it away?
How do you want to do that? You tell me.
How about this? Okay, my brain is short circuiting now. First of all, you need to be eligible for this giveaway. You need to be following Brian on Twitter. I just put his Twitter handle in the comments here on my panel. If you're watching on Brian's channel, I assume you already follow him on Twitter. What's a good way to do this?
We could think of a number in my head. 1 to 1,000, the closest one gets it.
I don't know is it going to let you open a pack if we're in maintenance right now?
I think it will.
Okay, because right now we're definitely in maintenance.
I think you can still open a pack.
Here, hit open pack, Brian. It doesn't open at the specific moment yet. This is gonna be such a blue balls if it doesn't let you do this.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. So we are good on that. How about this? We have maybe people in the comments, Brian, put the name of everyone gets to put one player. And if someone guesses one of the players that are in here, you get that third moment. Or which moment did we say we're giving away, Brian?
Third one.
So if you guess the player right, you don't get that player. You get whatever the third moment is, but it's going to whoever guesses a player that we actually open of the 3. Does that make sense?
That's a good idea, because then if they don't guess it, no one gets it.
Exactly.
You got to go Bruno Fernandez, Sam Merrill. It's always.
Don't give it away, Brian.
I don't know.
Everyone gets one guess, Brian. You're going to have to scroll through your chat. We do have the timestamp, so it'll be whoever was first. Everyone gets one guess here.
All right, and if it's the same name, tiebreaker goes to my chat. How about that?
Also, I just want to say a lot of people revealing themselves as lurkers in the chat right now. A lot of you not commenting throughout the show, and the second a giveaway comes, you start pecking your keyboard. Okay, let's start opening these, Brian.
These guys just guessed the same name back to back in my chat. Pick a different name. All right. Well, this one. All right.
We already got someone guessed Ibaka in here. I want to say I saw that.
It looks like no Ibaka's in mine.
That was a Zubac.
I think we're good so far.
Okay, I don't see an Ibaka here.
Oh, we got the no dunks guys in here guessing Brogdon. Trey, is that you, Trey Kirby? Trey, I'm worried about you not hanging out with your family these days. You're always watching these streams.
All right, we're gonna open the next one, right?
Yeah. Oh no, Salem had Ibaka here.
Oh wow. Okay.
I found him.
Wait, that's after that's 801.
No, this was way back. This was way back before you opened it.
Oh, really? Because the one you just had was 801.
Yeah, it's 902.
Yeah,
don't worry. You hadn't opened it yet. I promise you.
I doubt they were doing it 801 an hour ago. I don't think they were guessing, Peter.
Skeets, it's you, Skeets. You're the one that has the sickness. I for sure thought Trey was the more sick one of you two. Ooh, a cousin's 3-pointer. Brian, I really need just you bobbing a little bit like you're in the club.
I did earlier. That's all you get.
Okay, and behind door number 3. 10, 5, 2, 1. Layup. Dwayne Bacon.
Ugh. Sorry, dude.
Oh man.
So did Salem win a Dwayne Bacon? Is that the giveaway we just did?
That's the giveaway. Sorry, man.
Salem, let us know your Top Shot handle here. There you are, Salem.
He says that he guessed afterwards.
He did?
Now. Yeah,
God,
he said he did, yeah.
Thanks for being honest.
Because he doesn't want the bacon.
He did it anyways.
No, he didn't. I'm just doing a bit that no one wants the bacon.
Oh my! There's so many comments that in StreamYard I can't even scroll back to get rid of Salem's comment. I don't even know how to do that. Oh, there we go. I just got to switch it. Okay, Brian.
All right, let's do another one.
You want to do another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this guy.
Oh, Salem, by the way, he definitely got in on time. He's way up here.
Yes.
Okay.
The Ibaka.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations with your Dwayne Bacon. So, I need your username on Top Shot.
Yeah, Salem, let us know your thing.
And by the way, it's not bacon. We're being told. It's
what?
bacon.
What?
We're pronouncing the guy's name wrong.
No, it's Bacon. All right.
If his last name isn't pronounced Bacon, like I just quit all of this. Dude, are you kidding me? Bacone?
That's not happening.
I mean, God. Okay, there you go, Brian. You got to send the Bacone to Salem.
Can you send under maintenance or no?
It sounds like Brian's trying to weasel out of this. He wants to hodl the Bacone.
Yeah.
I'm get rid of that piece of garbage piss.
People want music, Brian. Did you do the music?
I can't send it right now. I'll send it later. The music's on, right?
Let's see.
We can't hear it. Or it's really
All
quiet.
Right. We'll give away the third one on this one, too. That was pretty weak.
All right, so we're going to have everyone give. Are they going to spam the chat with names again?
No, don't do the name thing.
Okay.
Just do numbers or something like that. One. Think of a number in your head, Pete. Is that too hard?
It sounds way worse than just putting the names in.
Okay, put the names in.
Everyone do the names again.
Do the names again.
Do the names. If you guess a name that's within the set, the first one to guess one of the 3 names, you get the third moment. No, people started doing numbers. Come on. We need to organize these giveaways better. Names. I need names. Brian's robot.
You started it.
Brian's like, have everyone do binary code in the chat.
What if
should we do this like Laden thinks, where you have to guess what Skeets guesses?
Oh my God, that gets really confusing. All right,
what if the first player's name is like number 7, like in Seinfeld?
Let me see the names. The names, folks. All right, here we go.
Let's open the first one.
Ooh, Nuggets. Will Barton.
Anyone do a Barton?
Let's see here. Now we got Svi. Any sickos say Barton? I don't see it yet. All right, number 2, Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
he clicks off the highlight.
I've never seen someone do that.
All right,
just so much disgust because it's not a Hall of Famer. It's actually a cool dunk.
That was pretty cool.
You're sick, dude.
Why doesn't it say Cosmic next to their name?
Yeah, Brian's waiting for that Cosmic drop. Oh my God.
All right, here's the giveaway.
Oh, 44.
Jackson Hayes. Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's at least it's early. You just gave away a nice cereal. That's a sick dunk.
All right.
I don't like Jackson Hayes anyway. So congratulations.
Oh, TJ, I found TJ up here at 905. Guess Will Barton.
Wow.
Boom. That's it. TJ. There you go, buddy. TJ gets a 44 Jackson Hayes. That's pretty sick.
That's a nice giveaway.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get the screen name, TJ, so I can send it to you. So I can send it to you later. Quote.
Hang on, Alex the Lion. I want to make sure I'm doing this fair. I got to make sure, Alex, please don't be fucking with me. He says that he called Bridges. The question is, did he do it before TJ?
Oh, okay. And I need to go through my...
But Barton would trump Bridges, right?
Did anyone in my chat do Bridges or Barton?
We need a better way to do giveaways.
Oh, so it's the first person.
Alex, I see yours, Alex, but you were way after TJ. TJ was at 905 Will Barton, and you were 906 Miles Bridges. So I say way after, but in giveaway time, that was a lot after. So I do have TJ as the earliest.
Oh, so that Barton is the part of challenge, someone's telling me?
Miko. He said, who would have thought with such a well-organized giveaway there could be some controversy?
Top Shot turns everyone into just absolute savages. I have a feeling like someone would like hunt me down because I gave the Jackson Hayes away to the wrong person. We do need to wrap this up because Pat and I have to head over to ship chasing. We're going to be with Ben Gretsch, and if I have a good read on things, we're probably going to end up talking about Top Shot if you want to come hang out with us over there.
Yeah, that was literally the show sheet is Top Shot.
Oh, are you guys? I'll hang if you guys want me to. What's that screen name though for who the giveaway is?
TJ, he posted it in here. Let me go back to it once more.
You guys have one of our Discords too.
Here it is. So it's just TJ _, and it was
right.
Salem with an A.
Yeah, if we forget, just hit us up in Discord or something. You
yeah, TJ, remind us if we don't do this. All right, guys. We appreciate you coming out for Lolz. Thank you to Pat Kerrane for joining us. We are here every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, except 2 weeks from now when I will be gone on vacation. I'm logging off for once in my goddamn life. Maybe Brian can still put on a show. He has my permission to keep Lolz running with a guest of his choosing if you want, Brian.
Wait, what happened?
I'm not going to be here 2 weeks from today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we can either take a week off or you can keep the show running without me.
Maybe me and Spag should do a joint podcast.
There you go. And by joint, you mean smoke joints while podcasting?
Yeah. Just with the camera on.
There you go. Pat, anything else you'd like to plug besides the stream we're about to do and your account, Daily Rojo, on Top Shot?
Yeah. Send me your... I don't know what's a bad NBA player that will make me a bunch of money, like your Flip pleats.
No, don't slander him. I've been saying Bruno Fernando is my go-to joke NBA player.
Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, follow Pat on Twitter at Pat Kerrane. We do have the audio version of this. If you guys would prefer to listen back, I feel like the disorganization of the giveaway is going to age really well in audio form. So definitely enjoy that. And we will see you guys next week on Lolz.